Well, hello. It is the first edition of my new podcast, Sessions with STEF. I'm super excited. This is going to be fun, man. This is something I kind of always wanted to do. The best part is I'm going to be on with friends all the time. Friends, family, people from the show. I mean, all of you, I don't know where you know me from. If you know me from, it really doesn't matter. I just want you to watch the show, watch the podcast. I am part of Cumbare, which is a sitcom we have on YouTube. And you know what? I'm having such a blast. But my original love was music. So I'm mixing everything. So this is a Cumbare podcast. But I'm bringing in my element, which is the music part. I'm going to have live musicians play, sing. We're going to talk about their careers. We're going to talk about the music career. We're going to talk about recent events. We're going to talk about a bunch of things. I could not start the show better off than starting with my co-writer of Cumbare. So this week I have, a special friend coming on, someone I work with all the time, and another special friend coming on, which is someone I work with all the time as well. It's going to be really cool. So just to kick it off, I want to call Lisa here. This is Lisa Occhionero, my co-writing partner, my acting partner, my all of it partner for the show Cumbare. She writes with me. We do a lot of the writing of the show. Mm-hmm. We act. We do all kinds of stuff for the show. And she also has a podcast on the Cumbare podcast station. Or
Talk It Out.
Talk It Out. It's called Talk It Out. This is Sessions with STEF. So I wanted to start it off with Lisa. How's it going, Lisa?
Always good, Steph. How about you?
Oh, it's fantastic.
You do realize that we have to crack down on an episode upcoming, eh?
Definitely. We have, you know what? I need to just...
That's I'm short.
I felt like I was talking to the microphone. Yes, we do have to crack down on a writing episode. Guys, we write together, we act together. We have such a good time. Being stupid, because that's what we do on the show.
Well,
kind of.
Half.
Half?
Yeah, half. Some of us are stupid.
We try to keep it serious.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work. Nothing works.
Nothing ever works.
What do you like about writing? What do you like about acting? What do you like about everything?
Boy, that's a heavy question. Me. What do I like about writing? I just like creating. I like to come up with scenarios that are, intermingling and twisted. And I like to have the interaction between the cast. And I think we have an amazing cast. Yeah. The writing aspect is really the storyline that challenges me. It's a challenge. It is. Come on. It's a challenge. We're on the phone and we're like, okay, how about this,
Yeah. When you have a bunch of cast and you want to, involve everyone and you want to get the best out of everyone and you want to write a story that makes sense, definitely it's something else. It's not easy. And but I wanted to have you on this one just because we're so used to writing together, so it makes it easier for me because it's the first time I'm kind of hosting a podcast, so it's
doing
pretty
awesome.
Cool. Yeah, well, whatever, we're starting, it's gonna get better, and also because it's the first time for me, I have another special friend of mine who's coming on.
Nice.
Yes, definitely. It's. I don't even know what to call her now. I call her Ro, but that's not her name. Her name is Rosa Maria La Posta, but her name is December Rose. Okay, she's known as December Rose. I've known her for a while. We've worked together. What is it? 3 years, I think, at least close to 4 years now that we work together. And she's fantastic. I enjoy playing with her.
I know. I saw her. She was on her episode.
She was. Yes, she is.
She's also.
She's also on the episodes as well.
Yes.
And it's gonna be fun because she's gonna sing a couple of original songs tonight.
Awesome.
We have an upcoming show which we will talk about as well. So I don't know. I'm ready. You wanna bring her on?
Would you like me to escort her on, physically get up and have her come on in, or do I call
her?
Hey, Ro! How do you want?
I like Bob Barker's Beauties there. Let's do it. Yeah, escort her on. Come on, let's bring her on.
Okay. So you want to?
Yes. No. You
it's
go.
Your show.
Go. It doesn't matter. Go. This is gonna be cool. Go. Yeah. Bring her.
You want me to get her on? Okay. Yeah. I will escort you. Would it be Madame Rosie?
Rosie, come on in.
Mademoiselle. See?
Come on in,
guys. Sorry, not that
okay.
I wanted you to blush or anything.
No, it's okay.
December Rose.
Hey.
This is. I don't know. Is this? Are we working together? I feel like we're on a gig.
Well, you call me Ro, but I always call you boss.
Yeah, I know.
And it's our pre-show routine. Ro.
Yes. Hey, Ro. When we met, it was like Rosa Maria, hi, Rosemary, and then it was Rose, Ro. By the end, it's like, oh, Ro. It's everything. It's all
smaller.
about vowels, you know. Okay, Rosemary.
Okay.
How long have you been singing?
Like well or just
That's a good
or
way.
just singing. I started singing, I guess it's 6 around, and then I got a little bit better around 9. And then I started getting like good-ish around 13 to 14. And then I got much better later in life.
That's what you know. At what is 13-ish is when people said, oh, right?
Like, oh, maybe this kid's got something.
She's got something.
There's something in there.
Okay, and have you always enjoyed singing? Really?
Yeah.
And like when you were that age, you said that's what I want to do, or did you go through like?
Okay, so I can't believe I'm saying this, but actually, my biggest inspirations as a kid were the Spice Girls and Britney Spears.
All right, I'm leaving, so no, I'm joking.
You and I are gonna continue from this point on.
It was they were like the hot stuff at the time, and everyone in my grade 1 class, we were all sporting these little cheap plastic rings with the Spice Girl faces printed on, and
We won't talk about our age.
and those
in this thing.
Spice Girl marshmallow shoes with the huge platform. Anyway, it was epic. I had a pair of those. I thought I was, that baby Spice or whatever it was. It was crazy. So I was so taken aback by their performances and just how everything looked. Wow factor.
Okay, hold on. You said Britney Spears as well? Mm-hmm. Okay, were you taken
She was a
aback by the
performer.
voice as
She
well?
was a performer, like
Okay.
as
She
a
was
performer, the whole thing was just, wow, this is the coolest thing ever
Well,
at 6 years old.
The thing is, okay, I've been playing with you for a while.
Yeah.
You actually sing live, so there's a difference there. Like, because you do the performance and the singing, and she does basically the performance. The singing part is kind of.
I mean, at 6, I wasn't really sure what was going on.
So she.
So it was just impressive. So they kind of got the whole interest started. So I started taking lessons. And then I think I might have been in elementary school or early high school when I saw the movie A Walk to Remember.
Oh yeah.
You remember that movie?
That's a good movie.
Yeah. And there was a specific scene in there with Mandy Moore. She sang and she was kind of like the shy girl at school, and she was wearing this baby blue dress. And because people bullied her at school, for whatever reason, it hit a nerve with me because I was kind of like not the popular kid, not really the beauty queen, and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, she's kind of like me. She's kind of like me. And she shows up on the stage and she blows everyone's mind with this one song. And I was like, well, she could do it. I could do it.
Definitely.
And so then I got more serious to buckle down with the training, and I was like, no, like I know I'm the shy girl, and I know I'm like not the most popular girl, but I can do this too. So I guess I gotta thank her for that, because she really that scene kind of changed my life.
Wow, I never knew this, by the way.
I guess we never really talked about
I
it.
guess we never. I guess maybe I would have, like, if when we spoke the first time, I said, "What are your influences?" and you would
Can
have
you
answered
imagine?
Britney. I would have been, all right, well, talk later. Have a good one. But no. Actually, luckily, I heard you sing. Yeah, we'll talk about that after. Actually, we'll talk
Okay.
about how we met. Because it's a pretty funny story.
It
I
is a
think.
funny story.
It is pretty funny, right?
I'm laughing. I don't know why.
It's a pretty cringe story for me.
Is it? Yeah.
Well,
I love it.
but I love talking about it, but it is cringe for me.
All right, we're gonna talk about it. But
Alright.
you know what? First off, I want to say that when I started this podcast, which is now, but anyway, the idea of this podcast was I want to be a host, and I want to have buddies on, and I want to have musicians on. I want to talk to them, and have them play. I want it to be kind of interactive and live music, and as best I can. And I never planned to play in it. But I mean, when I said, okay, now the first one, come on.
Cut you some
I
slack.
gotta. So I want Rosemary to sing a couple of songs, some of her original songs. And then since I play with her all the time, I had no choice. I said, no, I gotta grab the piano. That's why the piano is set up today. I'm gonna play for the first podcast. I'm gonna play with her a couple of tunes.
Cool.
Our first song, I think we're gonna go into. Oh yeah, so Daddy's Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that song.
Okay, so we're gonna break into a sob story. So I wrote this song over a decade ago, I'd say, or close to a decade ago, because finishing high school, a few months after prom, my dad got a heart attack, and I guess he was lucky in the sense that it wasn't maybe as strong or as fatal as, you know, a lot of people experience. So he ended up going in for a quadruple bypass surgery. And I think we all just had an aha moment of, oh, well, people are fragile and life is short. And, you know, we work so much and we spend so much time with stressful things that we forget about things that are important. And so at that point, I think my dad and I really developed a much better father-daughter relationship, and took more time to hang out rather than just school or work. And so I wrote this song for him because I was grateful that he got a second chance at life and that I was able to have a better relationship with him. Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to play that song.
Okay.
Followed by another one. And then we're going to go into some more questions. But guys, listen to these songs because I hear them all the time and I love them. We're going to talk about an upcoming show as well, but listen to these tunes. They're awesome, man. I've been in the business for a long time and I've heard a lot of artists, but really you can tell they come from the heart and just listen. And we're going to do 2 songs and then we'll come back to some more.
Fash the fash.
Some more. Fast the fast.
Reminiscing.
You see, growing up takes time, you see. You're always racing time, you see. Only the wise ones tell you what's best for you. You see, growing up takes time, you see. You're always racing time, you see. A loving daddy knows what is best for you. I can't see past the argument when I'm not using common sense. Tell me who else would fight for you. I'm a daddy's girl and I know it. I love him and I show it. He's a perfect dad and I know it. I'm a daddy's girl, a daddy's girl. I'm a daddy's girl and I know it. I love him and I show it. He's a perfect dad and I know it. I'm a daddy's girl, a daddy's girl. They say growing up takes time. What's life if you're living blind to see? Only the wise ones know what not to do. They say find your happiness, but you can't even see you're blessed to have somebody love you only the way they do. I can't see past the argument when I'm not using common sense. Tell me who else would fight for you. I'm a daddy's girl and I know it. I love him and I show it. He's a perfect dad and I know it. I'm a daddy's girl, a daddy's girl. I'm a daddy's girl and I know it. I love him and I show it. He's a perfect dad and I know it. I'm a daddy's girl, a daddy's girl. Someday I'll look in the mirror and see what he sees in me. Someday I'll finally see how proud he's become of me. I'm a daddy's girl and I know it. I love him and I show it. He's a perfect dad and I know it. I'm a daddy's girl, a daddy's girl. I'm a daddy's girl and I know it. I love him and I show it. He's a perfect dad and I know it. I'm a daddy's girl, a daddy's girl. Ooh, love him. I'm a daddy's girl, a daddy's girl. Ooh, love him. I'm a daddy's girl, a daddy's girl. Thanks, guys.
Introduce that one.
That was Daddy's Girl, guys.
Yeah. And
You can find it on Spotify. This next one's called Hanging On. This is just, I don't write a lot of love songs about like romantic relationships, not because I'm not interested, it's just that I feel like I have other things to talk about. But this is one of those few exceptions of songs that have been written and have been released, and it's something you can kind of cry over at night. used to be a stranger to you, and now you're in everything that I do. How can I tell you lately that you can move me any way that you want to. I don't care if you lie. I don't care if you're right or wrong, yeah. As long as you stay the night with me here in the city. Don't leave me hanging on to hope. Don't leave me hanging on. If you know, baby, don't go. Every single day, yeah, it's you. Your love is like the first day of a spring bloom. Have I told you? Yeah. You sent me sailing farther than I ever thought I could. I don't care if you lie. I don't really care if you're right, as long as you stay the night with me here in the city. Don't leave me hanging on to hope. Don't leave me hanging on. If you know, don't leave me here. If I'm not the one to just let you leave, I won't let you run and say you want me and say that we'll be together forever. Don't you let me die. Oh, don't leave me hanging on to hope. Don't leave me hanging on. If you know that I'm not the one for you, yeah. Ooh, hey, hey. Don't leave me hanging on to hope.
God, that was fun.
Yeah,
That was fun.
it's been a hot minute.
It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot 2 years almost. Right? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Did we lose Lisa?
Almost.
We lost you. Lisa, come on back. Come on back. Come on. This is fun.
sorry.
I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying
I
this.
was enjoying it from over there. Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, we could talk about pandemic that we haven't played. Like we did kind of a half gig. Well, that was a gig. It was an hour show.
Sure.
And we did like,
The virtual, well, yeah,
we did the virtual one and then we did like two
like small wedding wines or something.
small wedding ones. But literally like we were used to playing twice a week.
Yeah.
We were like playing twice a week regularly. That was our thing. Have you missed it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like it was like going to a gym. You know, you feel heavy and sluggish and rusty
Yeah.
and out of shape. And so when we had to play again, it was just, oh gosh, I've lost all my stamina.
I'm still there. I'm still there.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take a bit to rebuild.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to doing that because it just feels foreign and unhealthy.
I was like playing this. I'm like, man, I would love to do it with nobody, like 2 people watching us. I would do it for about the next 3 hours. I'm like, man, I'm just feeling it. But
Anybody watch us?
so let's bring it back. I mean, I don't want to talk too much pandemic because it's been.
I think everyone's so sick of it now.
Everyone's sick of it. It seems like we're coming to a close, hopefully. So shows will be starting. We actually do have a show coming up. It's a December Rose show. It's going to be a live streaming show. We're going to have some people in the crowd as well, which is going to be fun. Lisa has already mentioned she's one of them. She's
Oh God!
I have people wanting to come.
Yeah, there's people that already, and I think Louis said he might come, right? We got our friend, our buddy Louis. He doesn't know. He's coming. He's coming. Our producer too, Louis, said he's coming. So yeah, we're going to have some people inside, which is going to be fun, and it's going to be live streamed, so all of you can come and watch that online. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Whoa.
It's a good hour show.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to the story.
July 9th, though.
Oh, but yes, we're definitely we're gonna plug it. It's July 9th. It's
It's just like
All this
this.
talking,
Right.
you're gonna tell
No,
me.
no. It's gonna be July 9th. You're gonna follow us. You're gonna follow December Rose. We're gonna be promoting that event July 9th, an hour show at, I believe it's 9:00.
I believe so,
think
but
it's
we'll
the-
get back to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you'll see on the social media when and where and what time, but it's July 9th. But I wanted to talk about when we met, how we met. Did you ever hear this story, Lisa?
No.
No. Okay.
You want to go first?
Okay, I'll start it
Okay.
on
Hang
my
on, let me
end.
get comfy.
So I have
Both cheeks on the chair.
yeah.
That's it. Yeah,
No, it's
one
fun.
hanging off kind of like leaves a dent. Okay.
It's hilarious because I manage so there's a brasserie that I put in La Salle, which I'm the manager. When I say manager, I don't manage the brasserie, but I manage the music, all the events that happen at the brasserie. So every Saturday I hire bands, and every Friday we have DJs, we have karaoke, and then we do special events. So when I took the job, this was 3 years ago, my buddy called me, I need to do this. I took the job. Okay. And he says, this is what I have. So I looked at the artist. I'm like, well, okay, no problem. You know, and I think they had 2 months booked or something. And then I was taking over, but I had to manage those first 2 months. And I see December Rose, and I said, "Who's December Rose?" You know, my buddy's like, "It's a local artist." Perfect. No problem. My first impression was it was a phone call. So I called, I said, you know, it's, hi, I'm managing. What do we need for sound? You know, what do you need in terms of sound system? How do I set you up for the band? She was like, I don't know. You need to hear me. And I was like,
Oh, so cringe.
and I'm like, all right. So she's a local artist. Cool.
Just take
And then
it
she's
in.
like, I'll have someone call you back.
Yeah.
And then it was, I don't remember which musician, but he
my
called
drummer
me.
at the time.
It was the drummer at the time. And then he said, yeah, I play with electronic drums. So that was whatever. Nice guy. I love him. He was a super guy. But I was like, I love electronic drums to practice. But anyway, no, I'm joking. No. It was actually good. So now when I started this job, I had a little camera. I put in a camera because I couldn't go there every week to check out the bands, but I wanted to hear what they're doing. So I have this little camera, and I'll never forget that night. I had a gig, so I was playing, and it's recorded. So I went back, and December Rose played with her band. I went back, and I think it was 1 a.m, and I got back from my gig, and I'm on the couch, and I'm like scrolling through, and let me watch this video. And I'm like, okay, band sounds decent. And then, so like, you started off pretty slow, that gig. She was doing a couple of tunes. And then all of a sudden, I think it was Titanium. And I was like, I'm watching the video, I'm brushing my teeth, ready to go to bed. And she just belts out Titanium. I like, as if nothing. And I remember because you were kind of conducting the band at the same time. Like, she's and she's belting out these notes. I am Titanium. She's like, easy, just coming out. I'm like, whoa. That's when I remember I was brushing my teeth. Like, holy shit. So the volume goes up. Like, man, she can sing. Holy cow. But then from that pop-up song, there was another song that just went.
I think we went to a jazz song.
It was like a jazz song, and the third time, I'm like, ooh. All she needs is just someone to say, she can sing. She's got the pipes. She's really good at what she does. But I'm like, yeah, I think she needs like someone to just, say which songs to play when, kind of thing, just to give her a bit of experience. So I called her up right away. And how was that conversation for you?
Oh, so I didn't know, I didn't really know you had seen us on camera, right, at that point. And I remember just this silence on the phone where you're like, how did it go? And I was like, do I tell the truth? I never get a gig again here? Or do I pretend it went well? Oh, it was great.
Fake it till you make it came out,
It was
right?
great. And I think
People were going crazy.
yeah, so I didn't overhype it, but I definitely was lying through my front teeth. And sure enough, then you suggested, hey, well, if you'd like to perform, I might have an opportunity.
I might.
And then it just we started working. And so a little backstory on that, I actually went to the karaoke nights at the Brasserie every week for about 8 months to make sure I could know the owner enough so I could get the booking. In the end, that didn't work. I didn't get the booking because of that. It was a friend of a friend that knew the owner. So it wasn't because I showed up to karaoke night.
Just say it was your hustling that got
Sure,
it.
I would
It's a good backstory.
Yeah.
I hustled it. I went every week for 8
karaoke.
months.
And honestly, I hate karaoke nights because it's one of those things where if I haven't rehearsed it, I feel too self-conscious to perform it. But then then if I perform with people that haven't really trained, then it's unfair and they think like, oh, what a snob. So it's damned if you do and damned if you don't when you go to those things. But regardless.
Can I tell you? It brought. Okay, so I play drums as well. So I play drums. I play keyboards. But at that point, I was playing a lot of drums, and I play with my brother has a band as well, and I play with them. I was playing with them for the last whatever. It's my brother. It's a kind of like a family band. Sister-in-law, my wife is in it. Everyone. It's a family band. We've been playing forever, and I've been gigging with that band. I play with a couple of different bands, but mainly on drums. After I spoke to you, you said, "No, I really want to gig. I want to play." You gave me the want to go back and do duo gigs because I wasn't doing many of those. I was doing, big band stuff, always playing drums. And I played keyboards doing duos, trios, and 4 pieces for years. But since I didn't have a singer, I kind of didn't have a regular singer. And I was always changing. I kind of got fed up of, learning new songs. I loved doing it, but it was a bit too stressful for me. Yeah. And I hadn't done it for a couple of years. And then when she said, I want to do it.
Then you met me.
No, it's true. But it's the truth. I met her and we started playing and I was like, okay, now I have the want. And all of a sudden now I'm back to playing keyboards as well. So I'm not, but it gave me something to work for, and it's true. It's something that, it started from one of those, it's not a crazy night, but a night of nothingness. I'm brushing my teeth to we're doing a live show on her album, right? Yeah. It's I don't know.
It's a really cool progress because I when I was 16, people were always like, oh, you should go and play some weddings and this, that, but I just never really even knew how to approach that, and then or how to kind of get into the circuit, and then the opportunity just fell in my lap at this point when I felt like, okay, well, I'm out of school, I feel like I'm going nowhere in life. Oh. I could use to do some music. So what the hell? Let's do it.
Well, you were thrown into the fire, right? Literally, we started working together. She did, we did a couple of gigs. And then I started putting her into different bands that we played. With my brother's band, if we needed an extra singer, come on down. Cool. With a salsa band, Sandra in the Latin Groove. Come and do a gig. And she's like, whoa, but she was thrown into the fire because she hadn't done any of that. And next thing you know, she's playing the casino and she's dancing. And it's like, wow, what's going on here? But that's basically what had happened. It started, she was doing a couple of gigs here and there, but she was always working on her stuff. That's cool. Now we actually play in another wedding band called Soul Station, which we're actually together in that band. And look, let's face it, all the bands we switch. Musicians are switched everywhere.
It's pretty incestual.
It's pretty much, it's incestuous. It's like...
Well, that's quite a word there.
Our bass player plays with my brother's band, plays with Soul Station. He actually owns Soul Station. And then he plays with her original music band. So it's all
intertwined.
It is all intertwined, but it's great because everyone has a different flavor and it's always fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I do want to do a couple more tunes for sure. I think, let's see, what songs do we have? Oh, we're going to do, okay, you want to tease this one? It's Apple Tree.
Sure, let's do it.
What Is this coming out on the new album?
This is coming out on the new album.
We're going to talk about the new album soon.
Okay. To the highest, through the darkest, I reach for you. Pick the apple from the apple tree, the highest point where the better ones tend to be. It's really hard, but it's worth the climb. People like you are one of a kind. Up the ladder, here we go, to the highest highs and the lowest lows, through the darkest nights and the brightest days. I reach for you like lovers do. And up the ladder, here we go, to the highest highs and the lowest lows, through the darkest nights and the brightest days. I reach for you like lovers do. I picked the apple from the apple tree, red and sweet, full of love, how you are to me. I know I've sinned, please forgive me. There's no one better out there than you for me. Up the ladder, here we go, to the highest highs and the lowest lows, through the darkest nights and the brightest days. I reach for you like lovers do. And up the ladder, here we go, to the highest highs and the lowest lows, through the darkest nights and the brightest days. I reach for you like lovers do. You're there to answer when I call. You catch me every time I fall. You love me more than words can say. You help me rise in trying times. You let me be myself, and I will love you every single day. I picked the apple from the apple tree, the highest point where the better ones tend to be. Up the ladder, here we go, to the highest highs and the lowest lows, through the darkest nights and the brightest days. I reach for you. Oh, up the ladder, here we go, to the highest highs and the lowest lows, through the darkest nights and the brightest days. I reach for you like lovers do. And up the ladder, here we go, to the lowest highs and the highest lows, through the brightest nights and the darkest days. I reach for you. Up the ladder, here we go, to the highest highs and the lowest lows, through the darkest nights and the brightest days. I reach for you like love. Up the to the highest, through the darkest, I reach for you.
Awesome.
Thanks.
This my favorite.
I traveled down a long and lonely road with hopes of finding someone I could hold on to, and that's you. I always knew that when love came along, I'd worry if it would soon be long gone, and then I found you. Oh, listen to me now, listen to me now, I give you the best of me, and you gave the best of you, but we couldn't see, it was never meant to be. We tried so hard to keep from letting go, afraid of facing all of the unknown. Only without you. We're all grown up, it's time to say goodbye. Except our time has come for me to try to live without you. Oh, listen to me now, listen to me now, I give you the best of me, and you give the best of you. But we couldn't see, it was never meant to be. Try to calm yourself, you must find yourself. Please don't lose yourself. There is no one else to replace yourself. Please don't hurt yourself. I give you the best of me, and you give the best of you. But we couldn't see. I give you the best of me, and you give the best of you. But we couldn't see, it was never meant to be. Ooh, ooh.
I love that song. I love that song. I need to ask, because I never asked this one. Mm-hmm. Where did you get the inspiration for that one?
Actually, it was from a movie. If I'm not mistaken, the movie was called Best of Me. It was this random movie that played on CTV one year, mm-hmm. about this guy and girl. They were in love from, I think, high school years, whatever. Things didn't work out. They went their separate ways. She got married, had a kid, and her kid needed heart surgery. And I think that the guy was ill with something, but he donated his heart. Okay. And not knowing that it would then end up in her son during the son's heart surgery. So when she discovered that the donor was the love of her life that mm-hmm. she couldn't find or couldn't be with, then it was that she still had this piece of him in her son. Wow. So
I was not expecting that. I thought I was cutting the grass one day and the song hit me. No, it's a little
not
bit
even
deeper
close.
than that.
Yeah, right? It was a really heavy movie, and I just kind of it was like plot twist, and it was totally crazy. And so I kind of just started the whole idea of I gave you the best of me, you gave me the best of you, and we couldn't be. So they were never together, mm-hmm. but she still had this part of him in her son, whom obviously she adored. And so it got the ball rolling with the song. And then there was a personal instance in my life where it was like, yeah, I love you, but we can't be together. So just you do your thing, I'm gonna do mine, and wish you well.
Because honestly, like that one, so it was on your album. We've met, and you had promoted other tunes at that point. Mm-hmm. And I listened to the album, and I love all the songs. I mean, you know that I've gotten them ready with you, like for the band and stuff like that. But this one, I don't know why, it just, I remember listening to the headphones, and I pulled out, whoa, I had some serious power there, and the violins kicked in, and I was like, yeah, that one works. That one for me anyway. I mean, they're all good, but that one, I don't know, it touches a chord that I think, I don't know, hopefully it touched a chord for any of you guys listening. So you're teaching now as well, right? Mm-hmm. You have been for a while?
Yeah, going on 10 years now.
Oh, okay. A little more than I thought. Alrighty then. And is that a passion as well? Is that is that something that you said one day, you know, I'd love to have, you know, I'd love to be a singer and I'd like to, you know, do everything revolving around music. So if I can teach and play gigs and do my stuff, that's what you want to do? Or was teaching just like you were thrown into the fire?
I was totally thrown into it. I think I said this before, but like I hated everything about it. For at least 6 months. I was awful. I thought I was awful at it. I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I was educated for it, but it would just, I had so much self-doubt that I couldn't figure out that it was much more simple than having this curriculum. It was about developing relationships with the students, and kind of meeting them where they're at and bringing them to wherever they wanted to go. And it took me a while to really settle into that concept and not, okay, this is what you're going to learn and we're going to do 100 scales and, you know, whatever. It was relationship based. So when I finally picked up on that, then I started to enjoy it. I started to get good at it. And it became a core part of just doing everything around music. And funny enough, I used to look at teaching like I had failed in my art. It was like, oh my gosh, I need to teach. Like that means I haven't made it in my project. But it was so narrow-minded to think that way because there's a lot of ways to define success. And I hadn't reached that point of maturity to just say like success is not just this one goal or this one destination point. It's the process. It's how much I enjoy the process and how many people I'm interacting with, which I'm a social person. I'm a people person. I love people. And I get to do that all the time, working with students, being able to gig, working with you guys and the band and all the cast and the crew. Like those are all parts I thoroughly enjoy.
But there's something special to teaching though on top of music.
It's true.
I did it. I'm going to say did it. I didn't. I think I've had 2 lessons where I was the teacher, maybe 3. I don't have the patience for it. I'm going to be honest. There's another level you have to hit.
I feel like I
could not hit it. I was like, that's the note, hit the note. And I feel getting frustrated.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just told you it's this one, you know, and I'm like, oh, I can't do this.
Well, I think that there's some days where it's a balance between I really don't care about what you're doing right now and knowing that I still need to teach you something by the time you leave. So if I teach you to tie your shoelaces, that's your lesson. Because you didn't practice, you don't give a lick of what am I about to say today. So I'm going to teach you to tie your shoes. But I think there's some weeks that are better than others, and everyone has a different attention span. So there are some weeks that the students are a nightmare and they're impossible to deal with. And I think on those days, it's the wisest to unplug yourself as a teacher and to either have a conversation with them about maybe why they're behaving that way, and then lead it back to music, even if it's for 5 minutes.
Wow. So different. It
becomes almost a therapy. So I think a lot of kids and adults almost, you know, do music classes as therapy. So it's there's dimension in there.
God, times have changed. So I grew up, my dad is a teacher. My dad's a teacher. I grew up with students in my house, like the basement. My dad had his music school, and he literally had half-hour lessons Monday to Friday from 6 to 10 every night, Saturdays and Sundays. Like it was you know, they built a little entrance, so the student would come in, sit in the entrance and wait, and I would just hear, you know, da 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 every day, you know. But my dad, so just to show you how teaching has evolved, my dad, God, he's the best, but he was so honest. He had so many students, I guess, because he was the Italian back in the day. There was only 2 or 3 teachers. So if you were Italian and you wanted to learn music, you went to see my dad.
Okay, yeah.
My dad or there was 1 or 2 other ones. And I would listen to him talking. As I was getting older, he would talk to parents. He's like, hey, don't bring him anymore. I'm like, Dad, what are you saying?
Wow.
The guy's to practice. Well, he's wasting his money. Save his money and put him in soccer or something. I'm like, Dad, first of all, business. We're not. He goes, but I don't want to steal people's money. The kid's not interested. He's not good. I'm like, Dad, you got to find a way to. He's like, okay, now I'll find a way to teach him. No, he tried. Like he just couldn't understand.
Yeah, like if you don't want to be here, why are you here?
Like why? And he felt guilty for parents spending the money. It's like you're spending the money.
Yeah,
he didn't practice a note.
Yeah, I had a period of feeling guilt like that too. Because it's true. You feel it's almost
but there's stealing their money to be learned. So my dad looked at it as, and you know, look, it's just, that's the way it was back then. He looked at it as, you know, music. He had a big passion for music. And he looked at it as, they're not learning music. Let's bring in another person who can.
Right.
Or who wants to. But music is not only, and this is why I'm saying it, that's how times have changed. Music is not only learning how to play a scale. It doesn't matter. Like you said, if you can learn how to tie your shoe, and it's a music course that teaches you, there's always something you can learn from it. And that's the point. And it's hats off to you that you have the patience to.
I've developed patience. I wouldn't say I always had. Like, I think in more thoroughly understanding what the students need, I'm more graceful in my approach. Because I think that a lot of the kids that give me a hard time, they need a friend before they need a music lesson. So if I'm able to be their buddy for half an hour a week, and we also pack in some music, great. But sometimes it's just being their friend first that then allows them to even attempt learning something that they already think is difficult. And learning piano or learning to sing or learning to songwrite could seem overwhelming. It is hard. And it takes dedication and practice. So sometimes if you just lack the confidence to execute, you'll never do it. So it's building their confidence. Then they trust you. Then it's like, okay, if Rosie thinks I can do it, then I can do it.
Wow. Lisa, come on, because I want to bring up something.
Sorry, let me get my lunettes.
I want to bring something up here that's this is something we all collaborated on.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, nobody
I
does.
collaborated.
It's all
I collaborated.
It's all right
yeah.
here. So our producer, the producer of this podcast, this is from JGR Studios, Luis, had an idea back in, well, it was before January, but we did it in January, and he said, I want to do a short film. So, so we did a little short film where he had an idea, he had a vision in his head. It had to include music in it as well. And then Lisa and myself kind of gave him a few scenarios to put together, like kind of a little story. He had kind of a little story. We had a few meetings. We put together this short film, and he wanted it to be powerful and yet have different, a lot of good cinematography and stuff like that. And he says, dude, if you can write a song for this. And I wrote a song. Actually, I didn't even write. I did write it. It was a song that I had written many years ago, but then once I saw his vision and our vision for this short film, I put together a song. I redid that song and I wrote it kind of like for you to come in and sing the melody. And it's basically I don't want to say it's the short film's the center of it, but
it is.
The song the lyrics literally says, and I have to shout out to Sheila, which my wife Sheila was a saxophone player. Yeah, she wrote the lyrics to this one, and we both worked on the music years ago. We both worked on the music. Then we changed the style around, and she wrote the lyrics.
Adopted it.
Did you? So because you recorded, it's the middle part where we actually did the music video for this. Did you feel what she was singing in the song? Like because you're an actress, you were acting in it.
That's not putting me on the spot.
No, because
at all.
Because she came to the studio, and I said, "This is our vision.
Yes.
Sing this song."
And I find, Sorry,
and she came, and she had no idea what it was going to look like, and she just sang the song, and she did a fantastic job.
Yes.
I'm going to plug it. The short is called When I Saw You There. It's on our Cumbare channel. It's divided in 4 or 5, but we also have one edit where it's a 20-minute short film. And I tried to explain her, this is the movie, more or less, but she hadn't seen anything.
Yeah.
What did you think of that performance, of the song?
I thought it was outstanding.
Aww.
You can give me the 20 after. No, I'm kidding.
I said 40. Come on, you told me 40, not
So
20.
greedy. You want that? He always wants half because he's a co-writer.
Jesus.
That just like killed the mood. Thank you. No, I thought it was outstanding. What I think is that when you feel what you're doing and you put that element of yourself into it, I find it surfaces you on another level, and it brings out that emotion that other people can sort of have an affiliation to or an association with. And in this particular situation, because you had that, and I find that even in the short, the outfit itself actually brought it out of you. It brought another persona of you, and you incorporated it into the song. And I think it made it that much more powerful. Not just the look, but the voice behind it. You felt it.
Thank you.
And that's the power behind, I guess, being an artist, whether it's a musician, whether it's an actor, a writer, a co-writer. I think it's the passion that you have behind what you do that brings it forward in terms of emotion. And I did feel it. My God, that was deep, man.
Do you remember filming that? Did you feel anything? I remember our producer at one point, we had to do a couple of scenes, and he just takes the song out on his phone and kept playing it over and over again. Did you notice that?
No.
Okay, so this is his trick, and it works wonders. Sometimes, like, the moods get tense on set. Right? So mood gets tense. And I'm saying this because it's a compliment to you. Because the way you recorded the song, he just pulled it out. Like, we had to pull out a scene, and we were tense. So he just takes the phone and plays the song. Listen to the song. And he's saying, listen to the song. Listen to the songs. Listen to that. And then you're going to feel it. Did you feel anything recorded? And you can be honest. I just came and sing the song. But did you feel anything that day? Do you remember filming it? Was it stressful? Was it?
No, I thought it was I had a lot of fun. I mean, it was a cool thing to be doing during the lockdown. But also, honestly, I was super hooked on the costume, like the whole outfit. Yeah. I gotta be honest, like I hadn't worn that dress yet. And I was dying to wear that dress. I had it in the closet, and I was like, man, when? Like, I had bought it for a contest, and I never did the contest. And I was like, I I have this dress. When am I going to use it? And so it was the perfect opportunity. And and like you said, it just kind of brought out this other character that I don't get to use. So it was great.
I have to say, Rosie, I laugh with her because I'll call her to book her on a Saturday. Let's say, hey, September 22nd, book the Saturday. It's this type of gig. We're like June, and she's like, what's the attire?
That is so mean.
Like,
all I care about is
what's the attire? What's the look that night? I don't know. It's a gig. Don't worry. And she's like, no, but where is it? Is it, do I have to wear what color? I'm like, dude, when I have a gig, Saturday at 2 is sound check, and Saturday at 1:30, I'm grabbing a shirt as I'm going out and putting it on. No.
Women are different.
But look at this. Just look. Take a look now. This is just a casual. Look at the green and the glasses that match the green.
Match
and
everything.
The shoes. Look at that. So when I asked her for the song, hey, you want to come record? Yeah, what do I need? I said, I don't know, some sort of gown. Oh my God, I have the gown. And then she's like, our producer said, if she has the gloves, cool. But you had to see how excited she got. I think I have a pair. I'm going to get a pair. Don't worry about it. I'm putting those gloves. And she brought on the gloves.
Because there's something about dressing right for an occasion.
Yes.
That there's a confidence that I can't explain. And when you're locked into this outfit, you feel like a bad bitch. you're like, I can handle today.
And how was it in front of the green screen? Because for me, it freaked me out. It was a little different than what I was used to. Did you see the difference? Like did you see the difference in the outcome? Like you're like, oh, what?
That's where I was.
That's where I was, right?
I've done it before, so no, it wasn't like super startling. No.
Oh well,
but
excuse me.
But it was a nice, and it was really well done. So I liked what it looked like after. But no, it didn't seem so bizarre to me.
Okay, because you're used to that. Oh yeah, because you just record videos like constantly. Which, by the way, I'm gonna plug her. Your YouTube channel is the best way to see all your videos, if I'm not mistaken. So, at December Rose, right?
December Rose Music.
December Rose Music. I was close.
Pretty close. Yeah.
You know what? When you search December Rose, you'll find her anywhere. Her videos are fantastic.
Yes,
to all these songs that you heard, I think they all have a video. Most of them.
Some of them. Today, actually, no. Just one of them today. Sorry, I had to look at the set list.
Well, Raise Your Voice, which we will be playing that one because that's the song that actually you got quite a bit of radio play on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So we are definitely going to talk about that.
Okay.
And talk about the album that's upcoming.
Yep.
Which I've been hearing for the past year, but I mean it's coming out.
I know. I've been saying for bloody forever. It's gonna be out. Then there's always, I mean, it's like with anything in production. It's just there's 1,000 hiccups that come up right when you have to release. Who disappears, who flakes. All of a sudden this didn't come through, something that you thought like as an opportunity or whatever, and it disappears. So it puts things on hold, and you have to wait for the right moment again, or risk releasing it and letting it flop, which, sorry, but after so much time of personal and life and investment in this project, it would be devastating to see it fail.
I don't think it'll fail.
No.
Honestly,
No.
But I mean, it also depends. You have to put into context what's failure.
Right.
Because I can tell you it's a success in the sense that I've heard the whole album, and we've performed the whole album, and I love it. So to me, it's a success no matter what, because every song is catchy. I can go to bed at night and I'm singing all of them, every single one, and I'll be recording. My kids know the song because I've listened to it so many times. So that to me is a success, no matter how many views, how many, whatever happens. It's always a success when you write a song that you're proud of and that sounds good, and that other people say, oh man, wow, that's and it could be one song, could be all, but you give them all a chance and they're all fantastic songs. So definitely it's a success. But I can tell you plan when you release, how you release. There's a lot of work that goes into all of it. Kind of like a lot of work when we we film our sitcom, kind of like everything. Everyone always says, especially now with like these videos online, oh yeah, I could do that. Oh, I could put together a podcast, Sure. Everybody says that. And then when you look at what goes into it, it's like...
Then everybody disappears.
Then everybody disappears.
Like everything is easy until you have to do it. And so there should be, a real behind the scenes video of like day number 365.
The best is...
Yeah, but what's great is the people are critics.
And then everybody... No, the best DJ, I think, has to be the best. Everybody's a DJ.
Of course.
Oh, I'm a DJ. Yeah,
Me
because
too,
I press play and everything mixes together. And it's the software, but it's the software that does it. Yeah, well, okay. But yes, needless to say, everything takes time, effort, and people do not notice. We filmed a commercial. Remember that commercial we filmed?
Yes.
One commercial. This was the first one that I helped, and I remember we spent it's a minute.
More or less, yeah.
Honestly, the amount of shots that we took, we would do a scene, which is walking to the door. Walk to the door and ring it.
Yeah.
500 times.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I guess you've done so many videos that green screen, it's all, you've done it. It's
I've definitely better understood the pace of things. I don't feel like I ever get used to set times and durations, because that's always something that I'm like, okay, it's been 3-4 hours already, like it's time to go. But realistically, a day is going to be 8 hours, 12 hours,
sometimes 14.
Sometimes longer.
Am I allowed to bring up the video shoot or no? Is that good for you? Like what we did, we can bring that up because I know it hasn't been released yet. So,
we can talk about it.
Man, if I screw up on this, I'm dead.
No, it's too late.
Yeah, too late. Well, that's an example. But I have to say, so we did an album launch where all the songs on our album we played live in studio. It was during COVID. Unfortunately, it was during COVID, so we couldn't have a live audience, which I'm pretty sure we will, because the band is like, bro, we need to do this. We need to play live.
But we weren't sure. If we were going to be able to do an album launch party, so we decided to just film it all live at Planet Studios. Yeah. And
10 songs?
Yeah, we did 10 songs.
8 hours?
Something like that.
Yeah. We literally ran through every song, once, twice?
Like about 2-3 times, yeah.
Yeah. And it's not like we can fix any take, it's take the best take.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Right? Because it's not it's live. It's still like, I know it's pre-recorded, but it's live. We're all playing.
So an album time worth of 40 minutes times 3. Yeah. Let's say.
So you have to maintain a consistency
and we only
high level at everything.
It was tough.
It
was tough.
Yeah, so we left there. I think we were all sweaty and completely drained. I fell asleep on the way home. It was just.
But that's a lot of content to fit in one day. Like.
Yeah.
Because from when I do a talk, I do it all the time. But when we do commercials and we film our short, like we're there for, I don't know, 4 hours, let's say, and then the short is 2 minutes long. Yeah. Like we'll do a little skit and it's 2 minutes long, but we're there for 4 hours. Here we have 10 songs. We're talking 45 minutes to an hour of music, video. So
it was ambitious. It was ambitious, but but like I think that there's a lot of things people don't consider from the viewing audience perspective, right? Like a lot of projects are independent projects, meaning they're independently funded, not by investors, done by yourself. And when that's the case, as like the expression goes, time is money.
Of course.
So you can't afford to let just an hour slip by and I'll come back another day. Well, no, because the clock starts running again.
Yeah.
You know, and when you have 12 people on set, think about how much each hour costs you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so unfortunately it was ambitious, but I think that's where individual discipline kind of comes in, that it's like, hey, no, we all have to go in and get out, focus 1,000%, get the job done.
When is the album coming out?
So I feel afraid to say this because every time I've said it, it keeps getting postponed. So I'm going to say late summer.
Late summer. Okay.
Nice.
You will see content coming up.
Yeah, you're going to see, just to keep an eye on social medias, because I'm going to have that posted all over the place.
We're almost done. We're going to do one more song. We're going to do Raise Your Voice, which is the song for me.
The
It's
song, the name
song.
of the album coming out.
It had quite a bit of radio play.
I have a question.
Yes. Yeah.
My one question. I wanted to know, when you're writing a song to do or songs to do an album, what motivates you and how do you know what song would be on what album? Is it a theme?
That's a great question. So I didn't grow up listening to albums from cover to cover.
Like we did.
Yeah. So, and then I was at the age where LimeWire was a thing and we would download everything legally. So, so just for context, I actually had no concept of what an album should be like. So now that I had to make one independently, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. Like I had this pile of songs that I had written, and then only after a lot of them were produced, then I was like, I can't put all 20 of these on, let's say. I need to pick 10. What best summarizes my story? And that's when it became clear that a lot of the songs that I had written were very directly related to my life and about my story and my journey. And I was like, well, I think that these 10 go from start to the middle to the end of the story. Everyone can understand. And then I'll save the rest for down the road for other things. So
Interesting.
it should probably be by concept or sound or mood. It could be by so many different things. But it was my first time kind of overlooking the whole project start to finish, or overseeing it rather. And that was a learning curve for me.
Nice.
What social media, like where can people get in touch with you?
They can visit DecemberRoseMusic.com and all my socials are linked up there, or they can just simply search December Rose Music on any streaming platform, on any social platform, and I'll be there too.
Okay. Remember July 9th. That's the night of our show. It's a sneak peek to the album.
Yes.
Kind of. You're going to see a December Rose show. There's a couple of tunes that have been released that are on the album. So, I mean, look, you're going to like the show and you're definitely going to like the album. Guys, when the album comes out, pick it up, go listen on Spotify and
Apple
Music,
Amazon
wherever music is
wherever you
streamed.
listen.
Definitely catch us online, man. It's going to be a good show. July 9th. Check it out. Look at, sign up to her YouTube channel, sign up to the Cumbare channel. We're going to take you out with one tune. This podcast is going to be bi-weekly on the Cumbare channel. There's another podcast in between. So every second week is going to be sessions with STEF. And in between is going to be Francesca and Lisa's podcast called Talk It Out. I'm going to be interviewing musicians, singers, artists. They're going to be interviewing different kind of lifestyle, like,
Lifestyle
actors,
entertainment.
comedians, yoga teachers, instructors, all kinds of anything in the entertainment field.
Well, anything that we can find and just muster and just plop into
Re-
our podcast.
Keep in mind, December Rose Music for sure. Cumbare, JJR Studio. If ever you need any production, a video of sorts, a podcast, we're ready for all of that. So let's take out Raise Your Voice, the song that hit the charts. Let's say it hit the charts in the States, right? It did quite well.
Don't be bashful.
She actually, you didn't you win an award?
I did.
So let's say that award and then we'll sing the song.
It was the top 40 new artists of the year for the Raise Your Voice song.
Sweet.
I know, I should be more proud of that. It's just so awkward to brag about accolades. So just enjoy the song.
Enjoy the song, guys. Once again, check us out. Thank you so much for everyone who watched. I'm going to take you out with this song. Ladies and gentlemen, Raise Your Voice. December Rose.
Oh, oh. I feel objectified, everything everywhere sexualized, just 'cause I'm a girl in a twisted world. They call this living free. What good is free if it's not for me? This is inequality. What happened to quality? People, people, people. Raise your voice. Let's make some noise. We don't care what they'll say. By what is wrong, we'll stand strong to change another day. Raise your voice. I've got a lot to say. Tough love, baby, every day. Please just wipe your tears. Make this change for ease. I don't give apologies for the things I still believe. Let the truth be heard, even if it hurts. People, people, people. Raise your voice. Let's make some noise. We don't care what they'll say. Find what is wrong. Raise your voice. Raise your voice. Raise your voice. I can't wait to see change. 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 Sooner or later, something's gonna give. Raise your voice. Let's make some noise. We don't care what they'll say. But what is wrong, we'll stand strong to change another day. Raise your voice. Raise your voice. Raise your voice. Raise your voice.
Thank you, Rosie.
No problem.
Guys, thank you very, very much.
Oh, we're still rolling.
Are we still rolling? We are done.
Oh, we're
no,
still
we're
rolling.
not. We're still rolling. Ro, that was fun, but July 9th, you're going to hear more of that.
That's true.
I'm excited for the show.
Same.
Yeah, we got a rehearsal Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We got to put that together.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. The Cumbare podcast every second week, sessions with Steph, and every second week, talk it out with Lisa and Francesca. Have a good night.
Good
Ciao.
night.
Bye.